welcome back to Scrapbooking. This is a beautiful kit called Heirloom Arrangements. So it's a card kit. You get 2, 4, 6, 8 cards. They're all different. There's beautiful flowers and butterflies with this. But what's great is they're all different, 8 different cards, and easy to put together. And it's easy because all of the pieces that you see there are all die cuts that are super easy to remove from their carrier sheet. You're not going to rip anything, and you have my favorite thing is having multi-layers. So you have 2, 4, 5 to 6 layers of stuff on your cards, which just makes it look so much more professional and homemade. So these, I think, are just absolutely gorgeous, and they can be used for anything. So I'm going to show you how easy these are to put together. The video is a little bit long. It's a little over an hour, but you're making 8 different cards. So here we go. Thanks for stopping by, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hi, this is Dorothy with Scrapbooking, and I got 3 Stampin' Up card kits in the mail I ordered, and this one is Heirloom Arrangements Kit. So let's see what we've got here. These are not paper pumpkin, just so you know, because I'm always doing paper pumpkin. Let's see. Okay, you get a stamping spot. This one's pumpkin pie. And we've got a little stamp here that's thankful and grateful, appreciate your kindness, thank you for you, I feel so lucky to have you, and a little design and a butterfly. Okay, so put the box aside and let's see what we've got here. I have glue and stuff stuck to my fingers. I was doing a glue project earlier. Okay, let's see. 3 dimensionals. Our double stick adhesive. Okay, look at how cool this is. So, see, I'm used to the paper pumpkin. So you get a nice square, which, let's see, this is a 3 by 3 square. That's a great size block. It's square, but it's a block. It's a stamping block. That is very, very cool. And you can save this little bag for your little stamp, and you can store your stamp in there. Perfect, right? And we've got envelopes here that have designs on the inside flap, which go along with the stamps. Pretty. Okay, on the other side, oh boy, look. Okay, here is your so you can easily see. Now I don't need the French and German one, so I will put that in here, and I think I'll just cut off the bottom. Sorry, Stampin' Up. So you can tell what stamps you have at a glance. So the German and French are going to get thrown out.
And these are gorgeous. Aren't they pretty? Okay, here's the card bases. So we have 2, 2, and 2. So we have 6 card bases. Oh, here's some sentiment holders. And lots of die cuts, which I'm all for die cuts. And this is a dual one. So you have a little frame. So as far as I'm concerned, you can use both of these pieces. I don't know whether they probably do use them. We'll see. We'll see what they do or not. And we've got some little banners. You know, I was just looking at some paint colors online today. And these, the green, the orange, and the yellow or gold, those are the colors that were showing. It's like, okay, we only went back to like 1970s for that. Interesting. Truly what goes around comes around. And yes, I was there during those colors. Oh, these are beautiful. Love these with the little words on them that really aren't meant to be read. They're just there for interest's sake. Add a little interest to your elements. What do we have here? 2 more card bases. So that comes down to 8, I believe. Okay. God, these are so pretty. But, you know, it did say it was an heirloom, so these very much look heirloomish. So many pieces here. And best of all, look, we get vellum die cuts. How beautiful is that? So with paper pumpkin, you're making several of the same cards. So you get like 3 sheets of your die cuts, and you can pop those all out at one time. But here, look at how pretty. Oh man, these are so pretty. Yeah, you can't beat vellum, can you? It's just adds such a beautiful touch to things. And look at how nicely they pop out. You're not struggling, you're not ripping things out. They just pop out so beautifully. You always want to make sure, give all your die cut things a second look to make sure you're not throwing anything out. This is a lot of pieces. I probably shouldn't be popping all these out at one time. But we'll see. We've got flowers and these gorgeous butterflies. Kind of watercolorish looking flowers. Even the finer pieces, those thin stems, come out easily, so you're not ripping anything. I should probably not speak so soon, right? Okay, I think what I'll do, God, I can't pick anything up. I'm going to put these butterflies up here, flowers are going to go together. Here's some more butterflies. The vellum has got its own little pile going. And that's just like a tag, so I'm going to put that over there with the banners. And we've got a few more banners and tags here. That is so funny that I saw those colors. They were painting doors, and they said, use this color for your front door. And lo and behold, it was a gold and burnt orange and kind of an avocado green, which was so retro. All these tags and banners are going to go up here. So many different flowers, my goodness. So here are the instructions that come. And look, these are there are lots of layers to each of these cards, which I personally think adds a lot of interest and artistic flair to the cards. So these are going to take some doing. So I think I'm going to sit down and look over the instructions real good before I start, just to kind of get a feel for everything. So here we go for part 1. Okay, so I maybe have done one other card kit other than Paper Pumpkin. And so this is a little different. And they're showing you how to put 2 of the cards together. And then it's up to you to just kind of look at the pictures and put the rest of the cards together. So the first thing I'm going to do is they show you which pieces go, say, with this card, which I will fold like that. And it is this vellum. Whoops. That vellum and the blue butterfly, which is here, and this piece, and the little pink banner, and then this piece. So that's going to go it's going to be, just to kind of show you, this, the pink, and then the blue on top, and then the butterfly. Ooh, hunk of glue that hardened is going to go here, and then there's going to be a sentiment that is going to be on one of these. So what they show you now, the butterfly is going to get a couple of the dimensionals. And then the sentiment will also get dimensionals. And the rest of these are going to get strips from the tape. Now, if you want to add dimensions to the flowers, you certainly can do that. depending on how much dimension you want. So they're just kind of showing you. Okay, so we've got some piece there, and then there's going to be piece on the flower, little bouquet, and on our pink banner strip. And a piece is going to go on the Velcro, but it will be under stuff so you won't see it. So they kind of have it like in here. Okay, so putting together, excuse me. It's going to go like this. And kind of hard to tell exactly where it's going to go, but kind of centering it right there. And then we've got our banner, our pink banner going I'm going to just kind of run them by the corners there to get them straight. Then we've got our first one to go down is going to be our wonderful vellum. Whoops. And then we've got our blue bouquet that is going right in here. How pretty is that? And these are pretty deep dimensionals, so our butterfly is going to stick up quite a bit right in here. Now I think we're using one of the smaller dimensionals, sentiment pieces. And let's get out our stamp. So they have for you, you can put whatever fits. You could put a thank you. This would be a nice thank you. And we've got our brand new block. If you always want to make sure that you're not putting a little curve on your stamp, then just lay it down and pick it up with your block. Give it a little rub. And let's go ahead and open up our pumpkin. What is this? No, pecan pie. Pumpkin pie, pecan pie. I guess those are different colors, aren't they? Both sound like Thanksgiving to me. Okay, so here we do a nice for you right in the center. Flip it over. Oh dear, don't do that, don't do that. There we go. If you have smaller dimensionals, you could definitely use smaller dimensionals on this. And the for you is going to go right in here. Now, if you want, you could put a little "I feel lucky to have you" on the inside. But for right now, we have a nice little dimensional card that's very, very pretty and has the antique feel to it. So there's the first card. So you want to remember that we're layering and then we're adding dimension to the, maybe one of the embellishments like the butterfly and your sentiment. And then the next card that we're going to do is going to be this card. Now the nice thing is these are all different pieces, so you're making 8 different cards. So that is really nice. Okay, so this is going to go, kind of hard to tell. It's going to go like this. They have a flower down at the bottom here. So we'll kind of do it that way. So we've got, we gather pieces. I'm going to use one of these. And this. And this is going to go here. That's going to go on there. So this comes all more to the center. And then we've got a long leaf. That's going to go in here. And then we have a pretty yellow flower. And we have this butterfly from the side. So we can go ahead and put dimensionals on him. And let's see, I'm looking for a yellow flower. Is it this one? It's this one. Probably doesn't make any difference, to tell you the truth. So here we go. We need here's our scissor and tape. How cool, instead of making, you have so much versatility. You can do whatever you want to do when you're making cards from the Stampin' Up kits. You can make them the same, and, if you're giving out a whole bunch of thank yous for the same event, whatever. But it's nice to have all different ones too. these are just lovely. Of course, I do like the kind of the antique-ish look. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that either. It just makes me feel silly. Ooh, I done made a mess. Well, thank goodness it's coming off without taking any of the flour with it. Okay, let's try that again. And a little bit on the bottom here. Okay, so let's put the things in order. We're going to put this one on first. And let's just try to make sure, eyeball it so that you're getting it parallel. And then we have our banner that we're going to put down I just want to make sure it's kind of parallel over here. And this is going to kind of come over like right in here. Okay, so I'm going to put the vellum down first. And then the flower is going to go on top with the glue on the right side of the flower. And then we've got our butterfly. Preferably the butterfly is right side up. Here we go. And then we're going to use need to have my little wet microfiber close at hand to clean my stamps off. So I'm going to pick it up. So that is going to go on one of the bigger . And we get our dimensionals on the back of this. plenty of room for the dimensionals on this size. The 4U size was much smaller. So I would probably consider using a smaller dimensional for that. And that is going to go just like that. So look at how pretty these two cards are. So now I'm going to start making the other cards. And see, down here we have picture suggestions of the cards. Okay? Okay, so we have the butterfly. So everybody's getting a butterfly today, which is okay by me. I think everybody should have butterflies. Because I think I have not, I can tell you in my backyard, which is wild and full of perennial flowers, I have not had near the bees and butterflies this year as I've had in the past. And that being said, this is going under here too, which this is the one that looks like a stamp. So this woman who's been working in a greenhouse, acres and acres of greenhouses, was kind of showing all the flowers all around the greenhouse and the gardens. And she said, "What is wrong with this picture?" And there was absolutely no buzzing or no bugs flying around any of the flowers. No bees, no butterflies. This is not good. This is not good for any of us. Because, as she said, fruit trees get pollinated. Vegetables get pollinated. Fruits of all sorts get pollinated. Let's put dimensionals on this rose. So that is, I have these flowers. I don't know if it's a butterfly flower, but they're like blue fuzzy flowers. And they are normally just covered in monarchs. Monarchs, and then there's another butterfly that looks like a monarch with the same coloring. Forget the name of it off the top of my head. There has been hardly any around. It's distressing, to say the least. So I don't know what we're going to do. We need to do something. Okay, so I'm going to line this up over here, and it's kind of right in here, and then this is going to go over here. And this has all happened in a very short time. I mean, even last year, there was a lot more than there are this year of butterflies and bees. So okay, this is going to go in here. Okay, we're going to use the Thankful and Grateful. Give it a good press. Hold it there for a couple of seconds so that the ink can absorb into the paper. You don't want to pull your stamps up too quickly. You really want to let the ink absorb into the paper. Just kind of keep that in mind when you're stamping, because sometimes stamping can be frustrating. And it's like, oh, I didn't get a good stamp. But with these clear blocks and clear stamps, you can actually, you should practice, but you can go over, you can do an exact match and fill in the gaps. Otherwise, make sure your ink is good and well even on your stamp, and then hold it there in place for a couple of seconds. Okay, so there is card number 3. I'm going to take a break for a second because I think I need a new battery. Okay. All right, so the next card is going to be another blue card. And we're going to use this, and then this beautiful thing is going to be on there. And someplace in here, we've got this is going to go underneath and kind of overlap like that. And then, let's see, we're looking for pink and yellow. So we've got this. And then there's going to be a round right in the center. So let's get to So we're going to put this right in here, and let's get to sticking. See, you're doing all of this and you're not cutting anything out. I mean, that really, having made hundreds and hundreds of cards, where you cut things out, it will take you hours, as opposed to, I mean, this is not taking me I haven't been timing myself so far, but it's not taking me long, considering, you know, what the card looks like, and they're beautiful. And it's all with the die cutting. The die cutting is just, you know, making everything so simple. Okay, so now we're going to put this like right in here. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I popped up my flowers because I really do like dimension. And this is going to go right down in here. And then we're going to use this. And I have to tell you, this is how I feel about so many of my friends. See, now if you look here, I don't have full ink on the H and the A. So always make sure that you're all inked up real well. And that's what you can do with clear blocks and clear stamps. And look at that. And then you hold it in place for a couple of seconds and you get a perfect stamp. And this is right in here. And I'm going to tuck it under. I feel lucky to have you. So pretty. So, so pretty. Here's another. There's this pecan pie grid on here. You know what I like? I like all the colors that are on these cards. They're just really pretty. Okay, so we're looking for a whole lot of yellow. Ah, that's probably that. And that looks like it goes under there. Does it? This goes there, and then here we go. That's going to go like that. This is going to go in here. And then we have this little guy that's going underneath. And then the thankful and grateful. Tell you what, it's just so much easier to put the stamp face down and then pick it up. Okay, let's go ahead and start putting our stick-em on. There. Okay, this is going to go up here, and it's kind of like right in, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, like right in here, and then we've got, there's always little clues to give you where you, if you're having trouble with placement, you know, there's always some clues that come around. Here, I think I need to put this one on first because the stems go over it. And that is going to go right to the edge where you stop seeing lines. And let me see, 1, 2, 3 boxes, one, like right up in here. And then we've got then this is going to go like that. And then Thankful and Grateful is definitely getting a pop-up. There we go. We have 3 more cards to make. Okay, so we've got this piece goes, and this, that's kind of going sideways. This is going over here. And then we've got the butterfly going on top. Okay, let's get to sticking. You could make this a vertical card. They have it a horizontal. You're not going to see the words though, so. You can make these cards any way you want to. I have to tell you, I'm not too worried about just putting one strip on because this stuff is pretty darn strong. Now, the bigger piece has two. Okay, so we're going to go like right in here. And then we're going to go here next. Try to make the lines parallel. And we're gonna put the sunflower, even though it's that way, there's a bunch of it that's going to get covered up. So all you're going to see is the sunflower. Did I stick that down? I just didn't press it down. Okay, so that's going to go there, and then we've got our dimensionals. Our big pretty butterfly. And so he's going to go right in here. And then I appreciate your kindness, which is something you can use for anything. Absolutely anything. Tell the people you love that you appreciate them. And there we go. Okay, so we have 2 pink grids left. And these are actually a pink background. Very, very faint. So this is going to go like this. Oh gosh, this one's gorgeous. Look at this. That's going to go like this. And then we've got that. Where's that other? That's going to go in here. And pink and blue butterfly. Then we're needing something down here. That's going to go like that. Okay, let's get to sticking. One more strip down the center of this big bouquet. Okay, let's see what we've got here. There. And the floral, which is going to go like right up in here. And then we've got this piece. And this is going to go in here, and we've got pink butterfly, and blue butterfly, and I put a dimensional on this pink flower that is going to go right in here. And then we're going to have a thank you. And if you really don't like this one came out a little smeary, can't really do much with that by over stamping it. So we always have extra sentiments, or you can flip it right over. So never fear, we got you covered. Preferably right side up. There we go. And here we get to use this frame. Now look, you've got a whole thing here that could totally be used for something. So make sure and hold on to that. So we have this and this. And you know what it looks like here? Oh, how cute. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Is that going to fit? It looks like they made it exactly fit. Okay, and a little piece on our Velcro. Not Velcro, what do you call this? Vellum. And our floral. Oh, wow. Just enough. Used up the whole roll. Okay, let's go. Come on, behave. Everybody behave. Okay, we've got, this is going over 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not lying here. I'm counting boxes. And I'm using the grid to put things on here straight, too. Okay. Then we've got our yellow sunflower. And that is going right in here. Okay, the next piece that we're putting on is this leaf. And it goes above the frame. So we want to put it there. And then we've got Oof. Another floral that is going to go like this. And now we're going to pop up our last butterfly. And this is going to go up in here. Look at how pretty that is. And we've already stamped. So that is going to go right in here. Look at how pretty. I really like this card kit. It's Heirloom Arrangements. So let me just show you, and we've, so you can actually add more to the cards because these are the pieces that are actually left. And I don't think that I missed putting them on, but you could certainly add. Look at all these pieces that are left. And we have these that are the for other sentiments, so your sentiments are covered. And the last thing I want to do is what they show with the envelopes. And they show here to take the stamp, the grid, and the little butterfly, and to stamp them on the back of the envelope. So let's just do that real quick. Okay, so we've got our grid here. And I'm just going to put, I don't know if, so we're going to go there. And you know what? I don't even care that it didn't come out quite right. Because it sure doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so there's the back. Now, let me just show you something else you can do. So first generation, second generation. Just to have a little something for the front of the envelope. Or you can do first generation, second generation, first generation, and second generation. So that's kind of cool. I kind of like that, to tell you the truth. always nice to have something on the envelope, and usually the paper pumpkin envelopes, they're so thoroughly decorated that we can add a little bit to have kind of our own thing here. I kind of like doing the second generation. I've always liked to add generations to your stamping. And then we'll be finished. See, the other thing with clear blocks and clear stamps is you can actually see the ink coming off. Let me see if I can bring it down a little bit. See, you can see how dark the ink is. Not so much with the second generation, but with the first generation. Okay, just 2 more to go here. See, the grid isn't a perfectly complete grid anyway, so you don't have to worry about if you're missing some ink on it. There we go. Okay, so we have completed our cards and our envelopes. You saw how much we have left over, so we can put a lot of decorations on cards. And let me put the cards together now so you can see what all we've made. So let me come up a little bit. So here is our cards, and here's the envelope. But here are all of our 8 cards. So there we go. This is Heritage Arrangement, and we have 8 beautiful cards, and they're all different. So thanks so much for watching. Bye now. Hi, this is Dorothy with Scrapbooking. Thanks for watching my channel. Please subscribe and learn along with me. Thank you. Bye-bye.